Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another Dead Matter blog update. This one was posted on December 31st, 2019, so at the time of the making of this video, just yesterday. Happy holidays, development update. Hey survivors, from all of us at QIS, we wish you all happy holidays and a happy new year. 2019 has been a wild ride, and we want to thank you all for being here with us and supporting Dead Matter. This year, our Discord server community has nearly doubled from 10,606 members to 21,110 when this was written. The community is growing every day, and we can't thank you all enough for your continued support. We got our Instagram account up and running. Check it out here. Quick shout out to the Dead Matter Instagram at Play Dead Matter. Go ahead and drop them a follow. You probably won't regret it. The team has also grown to 19. We now have 6 programmers, 10 artists, and 3 animators working to build the best Dead Matter to players. And that is wildly oversimplifying the amazing work they're doing. I'm looking forward to working with them to show off what they've been working on when they're ready to be posted on the blog and in future vlogs. Before we get to the dev updates, this is a quick reminder. Anything shown on this blog and on the vlogs is a work in progress, and is subject to change as development continues. Dev updates. Anyone not mentioned has been working on things we're not quite ready to talk about or show off at the time this blog was posted. This next part is from Hippo Wombat, one of the Dead Matter team's new artists. I've started working on dynamic weather functions for Dead Matter, beginning with dynamic snow. The first step was to set up a base layer that faded snow visuals and displacement based on a combination of elevation, snow levels dropping with temperature, and angular allowance, which cooperatively drive each other as the global snow coverage value increases in-game. Next, I wanted to make sure that coverage didn't occur under covered areas, so I built a system that lets the level designers bake out a static intersection map for static objects. With texture packing, we should be able to cover a massive area, 100 kilometers squared, with reasonable intersection accuracy. Looking at how snow builds in real life, I added an additional pass to allow snow to pile up against objects that it intersects with. So basically what we're seeing here is some pretty good looking snow that doesn't just exist, it builds up over time the way that snow might actually do so in real life. So I don't really recall a game, like let's take the most recent snow map I played, Vikendi on PUBG. That's just snow that is there and it doesn't change. I don't really recall playing a game that has snow fall over time and that actually changes little details like the buildup around edges of things and pipings and buildings. Like as snow falls, you get more of a buildup, or so I'm told. I live in Texas. I don't know what snow actually is. So this is seeming pretty realistic and just going farther than any other game I've ever heard of or played has gone. So he goes on to say, finally, I began work on a dynamic pass that allows for snow trails / indentation in game by capturing select actors and writing them to a temporary buffer that travels with the player. Okay, so basically what you're looking at here is a small glimpse into exactly how my brain works. From here, I'll be focusing on refining the static capture process to make sure it's as efficient and easy to use as possible. And then I'll be looking at ways to keep dynamic snow trails persistent, even if the player isn't around when they're created, or if they leave the area where they're created. So basically, they want to keep the snow trails that exist when you walk through them or drive through them to keep that feeling of, oh, there's other players around, or oh, people have been here. It doesn't just disappear, or if it's going to disappear, it's going to disappear over time as snow falls down over the tracks and covers it up. Next, the blog talks about one of their other new artists, Nahito. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Nahito has been working on signage that players will find throughout the Canmore area of the closed alpha map. Our players that live in or have been to the Canmore area in real life will feel right at home during the apocalypse. Hopefully the place you're looking for isn't overrun by the infected. So when I first saw this, I was kind of wondering why they just took pictures of real life signs and put it here in the blog. And then I looked a little closer and realized that these aren't real life signs and that these are signs in the video game. These are just really high quality pictures of the signs they're working on, and it literally just looked so real to me that it almost didn't seem believable. I mean, look at this. If you look at the top of this, I feel like I could go take this picture in real life. So again, one more small detail that I never realized I needed in a video game was amazing signage, and it seems to be that there's going to be plenty of ways to find out where exactly you're going, which is probably very necessary in a game like this. I know when I played DayZ, basically the only way I was able to get around is by looking at the signs on the intersections of roads. I could never read the names of the things I was seeing, but I could basically piece them together to kind of figure out where I was going on using a large map. So this is something important for a survival game like Dead Matter. I believe, if I'm saying this correctly, Disseminate, one of their new programmers, goes on to say, I've been getting up to speed with the project and what's been done already. And there's a lot that's been done already, so it's taking a while to get used to where everything is. For now, I've mostly been working on Dead Matter's user interface, specifically creating a window manager, building input commands, and doing a pass on the main menu. If you're not super technically visually inclined, a window manager keeps track of the UI windows that are open, has some utilities for making new windows like prompts or the server browser, etc. Generally nothing too flashy, but getting this done means we can whip up UI in no time. This is useful for stuff like panels on machinery, equipment, in-game intersectable stuff. I've been tweaking the settings/options menu as well. We want to make sure nobody playing Dead Matter suffers bad performance for any reason, so we need to take care with the settings we implement. I also worked on the server browser a bit to make it more performant. For something more interesting, I've been planning the timeline, seasons, and weather systems in Dead Matter. One of our goals is to make a realistic timeline as you play. The world should change with time, and there shouldn't be any hiccups, inconsistencies, or generally weird bugs. For example, a jittery sun/sky, or snow in July. It's still in the planning phase, but I think it's coming along smoothly. One thing that I really enjoy that Dead Matter is doing is trying in every way, shape, and form to make sure that no one has a bad time playing this game because of frame loss or, poor optimization. As far as the dynamic weather goes, I'm just, super excited to see how this works. I can't imagine playing a video game where every day I get on, it's, one day further into the season and we migrate between summer, fall, winter, and spring. I'm just super excited to get into a game that has that kind of dynamic weather to it, because again, I don't think we've ever experienced anything that's going to go this in detail with the weather system. Last part of the blog is from Regicidal Nut himself. He says, I'm still working on dialogue for Duke Cartilage. Maybe I'll get to post some samples in the future. I've also been working on fleshing out some of the characters players will be interacting with later on in development. I want the NPCs players interact with on a regular basis to have believable backgrounds and situations to talk about and possibly explore in the world, if you're feeling up to that. So what Reggie's saying here is basically he's working hard on the NPCs to make sure that they have an interesting story and they're not just one-dimensional characters that are only on surface level interesting. If you want to explore the detail that is the NPCs, you have the option to, and you will want to basically play the way you want to play. All right, everyone, that wraps up this development update. Thank you all for your continued support, and we look forward to your feedback and chatting with you all. Keep an eye out for our roadmap update coming out next month that will have some important information regarding the closed alpha. If you're not a backer already and want to support the development of Dead Matter, you can back the project at the following links. I will post these down in the description if you guys would like to check them out. Even if you can't or aren't comfortable with backing just yet, spreading the word to your friends and talking about the game helps all the same. See you all very clearly in 2020. Plan accordingly, Reggie. If you guys are not familiar with Dead Matter, this is something that me and my stream team member, Mr. Atomic Duck, along with both of our communities, have backed pretty heavily at this point. It's basically going to be, in my personal opinion, somewhere between Escape from Tarkov and DayZ. A lot of us are super excited for this game to come out and get to a point to where we can stream it and we can talk about it live with you guys. But until then, please feel free to stop by the stream, hit me up with any questions you have. I'm always happy to help. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me on this one. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Happy New Year, happy new 2020, as they say where I come from, and I will see you guys next time.